Okay, there is an article in Ukrainian resource called Европейская Правда, and it reveals details of newly proposed United States-Ukraine agreement concerning the management and extraction of Ukraine's natural resources. This draft, dated March 23, marks a significant departure from the previous agreement, which had already been negotiated and was ready for signing just a month ago. The original deal, which Ukraine and the United States had extensively discussed and finalized, focused on joint development and investment in Ukraine's natural resources sector, and was ready to be signed exactly months ago in Washington. However, after this scandal in Oval Office, the United States took a pause for 3 weeks, and during this pause, several times they refused proposals from Kyiv to sign already agreed deal. Then withdrew that version and introduced a completely new draft with vastly different terms, favoring greater American control over Ukraine's resource revenue. So Европейская Правда, they had this draft, they had published an article about this, and there are several key points I would like to present to you. So, the draft extends beyond joint extraction projects and grants the United States influence over Ukraine's already active resource sector. So, it is not for future projects, it's already for existing projects, both government and private. They have to share their revenue with this fund that will be established. And it is not for rare earth minerals, it is for all resources, mineral resources of Ukraine, for including mineral deposits, oil, gas, coal, and everything. This version of the agreement moves away from partnership and instead positions the United States as the dominant decision maker in Ukraine's resource management. A special fund would be created to oversee revenues from resource extraction. All the revenues that Ukraine has from extraction of resources will be overseen by a special fund, and the fund's 5-member governing board would be majority controlled by the United States, 3 out of 5 members, effectively giving America the power to dictate financial decisions. One of the most controversial aspects of the new draft is the reinterpretation of US military and financial aid given to Ukraine since 2022. Instead of treating $125 billion in aid as non-repayable support, the draft, as grants, the draft suggests it should be recovered through Ukraine's resource revenues, essentially turning aid into a form of loan repayment. And here they are saying about 125 billion, but in this draft agreement itself, there is no concrete amount. It is said that this sum is to be determined in the future when all the, when the aid for Ukraine will be finished, and this final sum will be included in this agreement. And it means that they can put any number there, not 125 billion, but for example 350 billion as is constantly said by Trump. This is the number that Trump took out from, I don't know from where, and he is constantly saying about that. Unlike Ukraine's expectations, the agreement does not include any security guarantees or formal commitments of military assistance from the United States. Ukraine would be conceding economic sovereignty without any assurances of protection against future Russian aggression. The agreement is designed to be permanent, with no clear mechanism for Ukraine to exit or renegotiate it without American approval. This would lock Ukraine into an economic arrangement entirely on US terms for the foreseeable future. The article highlights that this agreement resembles a commercial contract between two corporations rather than a bilateral treaty between governments. So because it was made by these corporate lawyers who doesn't know anything about how these government agreements should be, international agreements should be constructed and what should be taken into account. Ukraine is being asked to surrender control over its economic assets under terms that prioritize US financial and strategic interests rather than mutual benefit. Politically, accepting such an agreement would be damaging for President Zelensky, as it could be perceived as Ukraine giving up economic sovereignty in exchange for uncertain benefits. I mean, we know what Trump and his team is doing and what they think. They think that they are not the head of US government. They think the US government as a protection racket. They are just saying, give us money or else. Give us money. And the language that was used, you have really nice country here, will be very bad if something happened to that. It's exactly, gangster, mobsters language is used by Trump. What he said, Zelensky should hurry up or maybe he will not have a country anymore. You see, the Ukrainian parliament is unlikely to approve the agreement in its current form, but outright rejection could risk straining relations with the United States at a time when Ukraine desperately needs continued support. I think that we should just abandon this hope that there will be some support from United States. What we have now is the remainers, the leftovers from the support that was approved under Biden. There is nothing in the pipeline for new support. New support packages, new aid packages. As soon as this ends, we should say, United States, thank you very much. We will listen to your input, but we will be decided ourselves. You will, and we shouldn't agree to any. We just throw back this agreement to United States. No, we are not going to sign it. Thank you very much. So conclusions. These conclusions from the article. The sudden withdrawal of the previously agreed deal and its replacement with a much harsher version raises questions about US intentions and whether Washington is prioritizing its long-term economic leverage over Ukraine's stability. This bunch of gangsters that are now in White House, they are just, they really think that they are running protection racket. And so they should be dealt with accordingly. And this article suggests that Ukraine's best course of action appeared to be continued negotiation rather than immediate rejection, aiming to restore a more balanced agreement that ensures fair resource cooperation without sacrificing national sovereignty. We should not sign any agreement of this kind, of any, we don't need United States to help us extract our own resources. We don't need United States as a government, United States government, and we don't know what, it's not a government, it's some kind of private fund or some kind of fund, and money from this fund will go where? To which to United States coffers or to some private companies. Shell companies. We don't know where money will go from this fund. This actually looks like some kind of personal enrichment scheme. And who will be these three people from United States who will be on the board of this director of this fund, Reconstruction Ukraine something fund? We should just stall for time, reject this agreement, saying no. In this case, you just don't understand that according our legislature, we cannot sign this agreement in the state that it is now. I'm sure that's what Zelensky and his people will be doing. They will politely say that it is absolutely impossible to sign in such a state, and we need a time to construct a counter proposal and just stall for time, because we need time to mobilize our European allies, to mobilize ourselves better, to reorganize our our strategy to go forward without the help of United States. We should, if it will be at the end, the help from United States, it will be a very welcomed, very nice bonus, but we should be planning as if there is no support from United States, because they are very shaky allies, and I think it is for the better for Ukraine and for the better for Europe. And the United States are very foolish that they decided to be they are too clever for their own good. If Europe abandons this current state that they are in, they behave as, okay, we are junior partners, we have our senior partner, United States, and we will move along with the policies that if we completely disagree, we will voice our disagreement, we will try to work out the more agreeable deal, but we still think that United States is a senior partner and we are junior partners. As soon as United States withdraws with this partnership and is no partner, then he is a rival. And then Europe will reorganize and say, okay, we are your rival. And that's how United States sees Europe, as rival and as economic rival and the political rival, and they are very ready to dismiss them, that are thinking that they are useless. But the thing is that this passivity of Europe allowed the United States to be on the first place in the world. If right now European Union reorganized in something more tightly knit, with, for example, United Army and some other united resources and some more united governance, you will hear this country, this group of countries has GDP bigger than United States and population bigger than United States, and they can produce, and they can really rival United States. So this decision to withdraw from this partnership, where the United States was senior partner, and present them as rivals, and to start rivalry with European Union, is a very stupid decision, and it is a very stupid decision for United States. So thank you. I was just ranting quite a lot because I'm enraged with this, with the way that the United States is dealing with Ukraine. I'm saying United States, I mean Trump and his clique, but right now they are represented United States. They are the face of United States. And because of these idiotic, insane deeds of this administration, that's how the whole world is seeing all the rest of America. And the positive image of America is turning into very negative image of America. An image of an unrestrained bully who is concerned only about some kind of money and extracting completely without any and extracting profits from its allies and neighbors. And I mean, if you have such a neighbor who is completely always, I mean, there is some externalities that falls on your side of the fence from his opulence, he is trying to charge it for you. There was some old joke, and it is Eastern joke, I mean Arabic joke, or maybe Persian, from Persia. So it is about a rich man who was eating his opulent dinner, and there was some poor man nearby, and he wanted to charge him for the nice smell of his dinner, because he was smelling his food and the smell was nice, and so he has to pay for that. And so he brought this poor man to the judge and said that, okay, this guy has to pay me because I gave him pleasure, because he was smelling the very nice smell from my food. And judge said, okay. So he took the sack with money, then just with coins, and then just shake it, and said, you then heard the the sound of coins, you know, inside that's your payment. So that the United States right now is looking like this rich man from this joke. Okay, thank you very much. Till next time, Slava Ukraini.